Okay, folks, and we are back. Those little pieces, the four that I had, the original four up here, they were way too big, starting with the first one. So we had to go through and print up some more, which I printed up a lot more, because I'll be able to use them for other different things that I do. So we ended up printing some more, and shout out to my cameraman, which was my grandson. I think he did a very good job in limited time notice. So we're back here with our Porsche. The size that ended up working the best that I found out was a 1.75 millimeter spacer piece. So this is what we ended up with from the 3D printer. And a little bit of black on there because I ended up and went and did part of the interior, as if, I don't know if you're ever really going to see it, but I did part of the interior, kind of just set it off a little bit. So now, as we were going through, I found out another little point of what's kind of going on is trying each different little piece as we place it in there. Fits really good. The fit was really good. So I was going along, kept moving around a lot. So I went back to the windshield, and the wheels kept getting caught a little bit. So the windshield, I noticed, or all this has to be, you can see this really good, right in here. There is a little piece that the windshield has to ride on top of. And it's hard to see, but it's right there. And that kept slipping. So that was the problem with putting it down. It wasn't all in one piece, and this really has to go back a lot farther than you would think it would. Because then I found out when we slipped the top on that it actually moved everything forward where it should be. So that's kind of exactly where we want it. So, but the other point of it is that, you know what? That might not be exactly where I want it. I am going to try change up here on the fly. I'm going to try putting one of these other little pieces in here in the bottom, which is like that thin, probably like a 0.5 millimeter strip. So I'm going to go with that because we had it going good. What I'm probably going to end up doing is right away is just gluing this together and gluing this in the car. And I think that's going to be the best way to go about this so nothing really slips. Because I don't want to start getting things too high and get away from our... I really liked it being the credit card point of slammed that much. So we're talking parts of credit card slam. Is it a 1 credit card slam or a 2 credit card slam? Well, I mean gift card. So let's see what we got. No, we're still at that. All right, so we can do that. We will use that as our pieces. But like I said, I think I'm going to glue that all together first outside of the car, and then we'll glue it in there and then lay it down. I think that'll be much easier. So I kind of wanted to show you that part of it. I also printed up some more little axle pieces where the axles run through that I use over here. Don't want to point with my wrong finger. My father used to point like that all the time, and it was like, all right, Dad, you know you're giving everybody the finger every time you point at something. But anyways, the glue comes out really fast, as we know, so I'm just going to try to just get a little bit on a toothpick, because we're obviously not going to need any more than that. And it is super glue, and we got that drying factor before, so I'm going to put on a little bit heavier. Sometimes with super glue on a little heavier, it's kind of a double-edged sword. One is that, well, one good thing is you got a little more time to set something down. The bad thing is, though, is if you use too much, it's never going to stick. So we're going to try to place this on here. One-shot deal. I hate doing anything with like a window because it's always hard to slips or something, then you got glue on your window. And it's like, oh no. So let that set for 1 second. I'm going to hold it for a little bit. Okay, I think that'll be what we need there. And gonna glue our 2 pieces down here. This one I'm just gonna put 1 little drop. Oh, it's a big drop. This thing doesn't know how to do 1 little drop. So that one should not go anywhere. Actually, you can see through. You can see that that's so thin. So that printer does a really good job. I'm impressed. I want to even get a really nice one to do more fine detail, because I actually did something for a friend of mine that does Dungeons and Dragons and those real small little characters. And I did that. It was the size of a Q-tip was one part of the figure. So I'm just going to drop that in there like so. Got that set for a little bit. I'll have to find that little guy. I had him around here somewhere. Always gets lost. Always runs off somewhere. So this is kind of little stuff I like to have done, as you know, to not hold up a lot of time in other parts we're doing. But it's kind of good to do some other stuff. So that's on there pretty good. Now this I am not going to glue on there because you never know what's going to happen. So I am going to attempt to glue this right on the inside, which I think I know how I'm going to do that. I'm going to grab a pair of tweezers. I'm going to put a drop of glue right here and then just set it down right inside of there, because it's actually this little hole. And it was in there. I didn't go through nothing. That little hole was there. It actually works out convenient. So we're going to use that. So let's get our glue. This glue is very loose. That didn't go exactly where I wanted it. I'll put a little fast one right there. Now here we go. No, don't get on my glass. No. All right, hold that for a little bit. Now hopefully that'll be right where we need it to be. See? Well, we'll be showing you how to get a little bit of paint off of a fender in the next one. So I hate using super glue so close around the cars. Drives me crazy. All right. Another one up on top. Dang it, that finger. Well, we'll get those out. I have ways of getting those out too. And I think the good thing about sometimes making a mistake is you know how to fix them through a lot of aggravation. Okay, well, that baby's in there. So we're gonna test here first to see how we're doing. Oh yeah, there we go. Once it's all together, maybe not. It's a completely different story. Maybe not. Hold the horses. You know what? That's actually... No, I think it just slipped into place. It's actually a little lower in the back than I wanted it to be. Which is kind of good in a way. Could be bad in a way. We're going to find another little small piece like that. We're going to get my little scissors. Where are my little scissors? I'm going to have to use these scissors. We're going to snip a little piece of this off because it seems like it's only the back half So we're going to do that. I'm going to go even a little bit thinner. Just catch that back half. Okay. Here we go, more glue. This time I'm going to do the toothpick. Go right on here. And we're going to use tweezers, so hopefully my fingers will be out of the way. Still use my fingers anyways. So let's see, just look at that in there to see. Maybe that does have a little bit of a curve. I don't know. I'll give that a second to dry. Push down a little bit. What I'm really waiting to do is this Porsche, or letting everything dry for a second. This Porsche Lamborghini, because when I took this apart and one of the doors came off there on a little spring on the inside, it kind of went up a little bit like this. So I'm debating on whether to see if I can make these doors open like up that way. We'll see. We'll see if we try. We may lose a car here or there. All right, let's see what this looks like now. Still going back a little bit, but I think once we glue that down. We're just gonna have to make sure that we get it exactly where we need to get it. That looks good there, but what does the other side look like if we don't move it too much? I think if we get one side good, the other side will follow. So, oops. I like to put this car on the wrong way. All right, here we go. For all this work, this is gonna be the time and the truth and the moment where we put this on there. All right, we're not gonna leave anything unturned this time. We're gonna put some, spread it out. Boy, that is one big drop. I don't know if I like it for that one big drop or not. All right, a second, just kind of set up. Let's see what we got going here. All right, don't set up too fast on me. And I think we are slammed. Down just a little bit. That set under its own weight. That actually like a real slammed car, rides like a skateboard. Looks like it rides like a skateboard. But, okay, let's just pick this right up and see if it falls off or not. It is on there. Look at that. Some cleaning up to do. Doing the lights and the tail lights. I hope I didn't forget anything to make it an oh, you know what moment. But that side looks good. It even rolls like a skateboard. Kind of funny. All right, folks. Well, now I'm going to go back and have to put all this little footage together as we've gone along and done this. So I'm going to do that, and we're going to be back with you probably in the next video. That went so smooth. I'm pretty happy. All right, have a great night, and we will be sending another video out soon. See ya.